Ah, there we go. Cool. I'm still figuring out this StreamYard shit. So we've got Arnold in the chat, uh, commenting as usual about Danimals, which I'm not really quite sure what the troll gimmick is with Arnold. He just spams my he just spams my chat every time I excuse me, every time I upload something. He always spams my fucking chat. Uh, Hang on, let's make sure my mic's working. Let me pull it up on my phone because okay, my camera's not working. I don't know what's going on here. No, 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 no. What the fuck's going on? Okay, that did nothing. Got 4 viewers. Bear with me, folks. I am not the most tech savvy of people here. Okay, let's. I think. Before I get pissed off, which I'm not going to get pissed off. This is fucking weird. Hang on. Okay, that fucked everything up. What the fuck is going on? Hold up. Everything is breaking. Yes, as I begin to start, that's when everything starts giving me problems, even though everything was just fine like a half hour ago when I was testing all this shit out. That is typical Zach Hall luck, where everything goes wrong at the most inopportune moments. That is actually a common thing on this channel. So I'm probably going to spend the first 45 minutes of this stream having Now let me check my phone. I think finally. Christ almighty. Yeah, we were off to a real good start. Take a sip of water. I might need, after dealing with that, I might need a fucking alcoholic beverage. But, okay, so I've already had to block. I'm going to go ahead actually to keep Arnold from spamming the chat. I'm going to put him in timeout because he will sit there and spam the chat if I let him with inane bullshit. It sounds to me like, hold on. Will you work for Activa Cat Orange? No, I won't. Chad, I will not work for Activa. But I appreciate the offer. So yes, I'm Arnold, the infamous Arnold, the Arnold troll that spams my chat every time I upload something on here. He has been put in timeout for 5 minutes. And if he wants to continue blowing up the chat, I mean, he only left one comment actually, but um, yeah, I'm not really in the mood, not really much in the mood for trolling tonight. And it's fine if you want to troll in the chat. I really don't care. Just if you're gonna troll in the chat, just be respectful and don't spam the chat with the same thing over and over and over. Chad, how am I doing? I'm fine. I'm doing absolutely fine today. How about yourself? Hold on, make sure. God, that glare is fucking distracting as hell. How is everyone doing? Oh, looks like 3 people are watching. Cool. I ate something bad, so I'm taking it easy. Well, what did you eat that was bad? Must have been something really bad then if it's taking you out of action for the night. Hang on, somebody's blowing up my fucking. Oh my god! Everybody waits. Everybody waits till I start doing this to start blowing up my fucking phone with inane bullshit. I'm about to shut this fucking phone off. But yes, please enlighten us, Chad. What was it that you ate that is making you have to take it easy tonight? Those late. Wait, hold on. For some fucking reason, I saw what you commented and then it just went away. Here. Those Lay's barbecue Pringles bootleg chips, it leaves a bad aftertaste. You know what? I don't really eat Pringles or any kind of like potato chips, and I've just never really been that big on them. And Pringles have always been my least favorite. But yeah, when you say bootleg chips, like, what do you mean? Wait, those Lay's barbecue Pringles bootleg chip, like Lay's and Pringles are like two completely different brands of potato chips. So now I am tempted to go and search up these fucking Lay's BBQ, not BBW. Holy fuck. Um, Lay's chips in a can. Oh, those. Those. Okay. Okay. I know what you're talking about now. Where they practically tried to make their own uh, iteration of Pringles by putting them in a fucking can. Yeah. I mean, I've never had them. Never. Like I said, I'm not really a big potato chips person, but I have, I have, I know of them. This is Marion Chambers with Dr. Loomis. He's here at the clinic. And that's Maestro Megatron. What's up, dude? Who's here at the clinic? Michael Myers? Michael Myers is at the clinic? All right, well, I'm in the middle of a stream, so I guess you'll have to take care of him on your own. How are you today, Maestro? The Maestro Megatron, and I don't actually have. I can't blue screen and red screen like you can, but doing good, doing good. Like this stuff here, this comment here that I'm showcasing, this is actually getting old now. Um, Flappy Penis is going to be put in timeout, and I'm actually going to go into my YouTube settings, and, and I know exactly who I actually know who's behind that account, and it's time to grow up. It's time to here. Hang on, I'm gonna jump and block that account because I can't do it from StreamYard. I have to actually get on YouTube to block the account. So um, we're going to go ahead and do that because I'm actually tired of, as well as getting spammed by Flappy Penis. Um, and you're lucky I don't fucking out your name. Okay, it looks like I've already deleted the comment. Here in about 5 minutes, if they show up back in the chat, I'm just gonna block them because, like I said, I can't just block them on Streamyard. You hurt your back on Saturday working out. I've done that many times, many, many, many times. I'm surprised. Excuse me. I'm surprised that my back is not permanently. I'm surprised my back is not permanently crippled. I watched the Phantasm series and this fucking thing off my screen. I watched the Phantasm series and Season of the Witch this weekend. Awesome, awesome. Season of the Witch is a great movie, and the Phantasm series, I was a big fan of the first one and the second one. Season of the Witch, though, I think is probably the best Halloween sequel. Well, no, I I don't know. I have to. It's really hard for me to incorporate Season of the Witch in the rest of the Halloween series because it does have Michael Myers, and Michael Myers is synonymous with the Halloween franchise. I think I would probably my ranking for that series fucking changes drastically every time I rewatch the films. So like H2O is bumped down a couple, and Halloween 4 is made way into my favorite sequel. And H2O was my favorite sequel for a while. I'd put Season of the Witch, if I was to include it in the actual series, I would say it would probably it's hard to rank it because no Michael Myers. So Zach, my good friend, I'm laid up in bed on muscle relaxers. I hate to hear that. Thank you, Black Dahlia. Yeah, I ended up actually picking that up as well as that Friday the 13th one. That's fucking the bottom corner of it is covered up by my dresser. I have to fix that. Um, actually picked both of them up. There's actually this fucking mom and pop owned Halloween shop. It's like Spirit Halloween but locally owned. A girlfriend. A girlfriend. What are you talking about? Got a girlfriend? I don't got no girlfriend. What was I saying? Oh yeah, no, I picked up those fucking posters at this local mom and pop owned. Like it's like Spirit Halloween, but it's locally owned, and I think I ended up picking them up like what was it, 2 or 3 years ago? Yeah, I've no wait, no, I got that Friday the 13th one like a few years ago, and that Halloween one, I think I got it like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Uh, Talking to anyone? No. Talking to you guys here on the stream. Yes, Maestro, take a week off from lifting. You gotta let your body rest, dude. Dude, I learned that the hard way whenever I was fucking like I used to be in way better shape than I am now. I'm kind of like a shell of my former self. Hold on, what's going on? Sorry guys, I'm answering this text. Astro Train, transform, and get us out of here. It's tough for me to take time off because I'm so addicted to bodybuilding, but you're right, buddy. I need to rest. Yes, you do need to rest. Always. I used to be in the gym like it was like 7 days a week. I was just like what I was doing to myself actually unhealthy. But Sildon balls. Go ahead and showcase that. Thanks for attending practice yesterday, Sildon. With your support is always welcome. And I know you're with Fuzzball right now, so I'm Yeah, we're coming along good. It's just there's things that are going on that's pissing me off, like in terms of I'm not gonna mention it on the stream in terms of like fucking consistency and shit like that. But all right, you guys have got my attention. I'm sorry about that. Um, we're your favorite band. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and showcase that. Um, we are planning here in the next few weeks to get two fucking the fuck is going on? Two songs fucking recorded and released as singles. So I intend to release them here on YouTube. So maybe Spotify or something. Um, you're a strong band member. I enjoy watching your practice. Well, thank you. Go ahead, showcase that. Yes, I mean, I get really into it to go ahead and address this comment. I get like really, really into it. Um, it's just what I've always wanted, you know, like this is like what I've always fucking wanted. Um, you know, these group of guys I'm with, we actually were in a band years ago, years ago. The only thing's different is the bass player. We have a different bass player, and you know, we were young, stupid teenagers, and you know, girls and stuff got in the way. This was like when we were like high school. Um, I was going through a lot of mental stuff. We had another member, like I said, girls got in the way with this person. Um, and it's like, you know, the minute they got with that girl, it's like it's over now. So, but we're adults now, and you know, we're killing it. Damn it! There's a freaking kangaroo at your window. Might I ask, what are you on? Are you taking any new medications lately? What is this that just popped up on my screen? I swear to God, there's a there's a lot of shit that just pops up on my screen. Just go with the flow, Zachy. All right, I'm going with the flow. I don't think you guys have ever seen this side of the room. Normally, whenever I'm doing my normal videos, I'm sat over here in front of my shelves and stuff. And now I've got this desk in here, and it really helps with the streams and shit. It's almost like it's a computer desk, and I'm not done. This is like my little office area here. I'm not done setting everything up. Um, Over here is it's weird because over on this side is like the cleanest part of the room, and then you get a little area that's really clean, and then over here it's like a big cluttered disaster, and then the rest of the room on the other side is fucking spotless. So yeah, I don't know if you know, it's a fucking disaster over there. And then I got like guitars and stuff, like ones that I don't really play that I just keep for backups. And I have a TV over there that is literally, I have two TVs in this room. One I use, one I can use for fucking 4K res and stuff for my Series X and shit. And I got this little fucking puny TV that's just taking up space. So um, keep it for the powerhouse of horror streams, or powerhouse horror streams, however we phrase it. Um, I had something. I had something on my mind, and I completely forgot what I was saying. Yes, I'm going to keep it for the powerhouse. This is going to be the new format for powerhouse. I kind of got this recliner here too that I don't ever sit in it, which is weird because I used to have my TV over here and I used to sit in it all the time. Um, and then now I just think it takes up space. I don't know how many times I've tripped and fell over it in the middle of the night getting up. But yes, I will keep it for powerhouse, the powerhouse stream. I'm sorry that my attention is not all on you guys. It's just trying to. Oh my fucking god! I actually went ahead and I just blocked Flappy Penis as well before they could get. I got on my phone and got on YouTube as well, and blocked Flappy Penis so they can't show back up in the chat because I know exactly who Flappy Penis is. Um, if they try anything else like this tonight, I'm just gonna go ahead and out them. But I'm gonna be the bigger person for now and just leave well enough alone. You're good, bro. I am good, bro. So what's going to be the topic of the next powerhouse stream, Maestro Megatron? Someone from the past? Yeah, so it's somebody from the past. Somebody that is never going to really, to be truthful, it's somebody that's never going to be. Um, their name is never going really, to be truthful, their name's never going to be mentioned on this channel. I'll give you a hint. It was somebody that was in. It was somebody that was in the intro card for my intro and some of my past videos that I've done away with the song and done away with the intro card because there's a couple people on there that I'm no longer associated with and will never allow back into my life. So it's something that I choose to move on from that clearly the other person can't. So they can kiss the whitest part of my ass. And I'm going to move on. We're going to keep doing Powerhouse Stream. I'm going to keep doing shit with my band, and I'm going to, I'm talking to somebody right now, like a female, hopefully a potential partner for the future, and I'm not going to do anything to sacrifice that. So, like my past is a really shitty, fucked up place, dark place, and I don't tend to go back there. So, my life is just going to keep pushing forward. Did you see the trailer for the Russell Crowe Exorcist movie? Yeah, it looks kind of cool. I don't know, like it. Um, does it is it like tied to the Exorcist universe, or is it? I wonder if it's just like it's tied to the Exorcist universe, or if it's just its own thing. It looks kind of cool though. I mean, it's nice to see. It's nice to see Russell Crowe back. I'm a big fan of his. Um, it looked kind of cool. So is yours, I understand. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Fucking. There's just some people out there, man, that are just fucking evil fucking people, and they never have what's in your best interest. And my past life is something that I never intend to go back to. And I am proud of you as well. Very, very proud of you. I'll have to check it out. Maestro Megatron. Yes, go check it out. It looks really cool. Chad M. Yeah, past suck here too. Wait, did I read that right? Yeah, past sucks. I'm gonna say sucks. Here too. Yeah, pasts are just a lot of the time. Pasts are kind of shitty. Um, the past in general, I feel like it's designed to be shitty. I mean, go open up a history book. There's lots of evidence to substantiate my claim. Um, the Maestro Megatron, but now I am the Maestro Megatron. I'm going to go ahead and showcase that comment. This is kind of showcasing your comments or anybody's comments is like my version of Maestro's blue and red screen. So everybody's on a journey. Nobody has the answers right out of the gate. I'm going to go ahead and showcase that. You're absolutely right. The late Andy Kaufman will be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Cool. Good. He needs to be. There's a lot of people I think that should be in the Hall of Fame that aren't. Like Chris Benoit should be in the Hall of Fame. Despite what he did, I get why he's not, but his in-ring talent, his in-ring work should is uh Hall of Fame worthy. But I get because of what he did, I get why he's not in the Hall of Fame. Next Powerhouse stream is going to be discussion about 78 Halloween and Halloween 2 19 excuse me 1981. That's cool because honestly my thoughts on Halloween 2, they always change. One minute I don't like Halloween 2 and the next minute I like it. And I even made a video that said or that stated why I didn't like Halloween 2. And I will admit I was kind of in a bad mood that day. I remember the day when I made that video. I was already in a bad mood and I think I was just venting my frustration for that day. Um it is what it is though. Oh yeah, it's going to be a great stream. It's going to be a great stream. So you know how we're always asking like where the trolls they always comment on my videos and they never show up in the stream. We did have one that showed up like before the stream even started. I was monitoring the chat and everything and um, I put him in timeout and everything and um, yes, it's going to be a good stream. Next Powerhouse is going to be a good stream. Who's this that just fucking commented? Oh, whoops, that's Thomas Clark. He's been here for a minute. Part 2 has authenticity because they kept the spirit of the first one. You're right, they did. They did. And I would have enjoyed it more if they didn't do that stupid brother sister storyline, but um, it still feels like the '78 movie. It's just the gore and shit like that's amped up, and I think the gore kind of cheapens it. Um, it kind of cheapens the first one. The first one wasn't, it wasn't very bloody. I got into an argument with somebody that I know. They're saying, the original is too graphic and too violent, and it causes those kind of movies cause people to lose their fucking minds and go around stabbing people and shit. And I actually presented the argument that if you go back, this person's probably not seen it in a long time. The movie is not it's not bloody like you think. People probably from back then that haven't seen it today or haven't seen it for a while probably remember the movie being gorier than it actually is. Um, I remember how the original being gory, and then I watched it again. I was like, it's not gory at all, but it creates this illusion that it's gory, but it's really not. Um, but they got mad at me and called me stupid and shit. So it's just somebody that doesn't understand the horror genre. Um, they just see what the news tells them about like horror movies, heavy metal music, violent video games, how it desensitizes children to violence and shit, and that's just not true. Uh, Even if Michael is conscious, his muzzles must be totally useless given the troopers a chance to search. I'm sorry. No, I'm not doing drugs either. I'm just fucking tired today. Yeah. That's one thing that the new trilogy fucking contradicts. I've seen all the new Halloween films, the 2018 Kills and Ends, and that's one thing it contradicts is like his mortality. Like that's one thing that like they established in the 2018 movie that he's a mortal man that can die, and then in Kills he gets well no in 2018 he is shot, he is hit with a frying pan, and um, I think he's stabbed. I think I'm not sure. I don't remember. I haven't seen the 2018 movie in a while. And then in Kills he's shot. He's beaten damn near to death by the lynch mob, and then he just stands up and fucking starts obliterating the lynch mob. And then it ends. He's this decrepit old man that's hiding out in the sewer. The new trilogy completely contradicts itself in every fucking movie about Michael Myers' mortality. So, like I said, 2018, he's a man, kills. He's a fucking supernatural force that cannot be killed. And then it ends. He's just two different people completely mop the floor with him in a fight. So I really, there's no consistency in the Blumhouse Halloween films. The nurse on the gurney is the only part that seems more gory to my recollection. The nurse on the gurney. In part two? Are you talking about part two, Thomas Clark? What's a song, Chad M? What's a song everyone likes that you hate? The song that goes for you, for you. I fucking hate that song. Of course, that's a style of music I don't like as it is. I guess in terms of music I like rock and metal, Enter Sandman by Metallica, mainly because that song is like the only Metallica song they ever play on the radio, and there's other great songs on that album besides Enter Sandman and Nothing Else Matters. The Black Album has so many other great songs on it, but yet everybody just wants Enter Sandman and Nothing Else Matters. So, yeah. Other great songs being of Wolf and Man, The God That Failed, The Unforgiven, Sad But True. Sad But True can get a little bit overplayed too. Um, Blacken was on what was it? Blacken was on Injustice for All, I think. So yeah, no, that's on. There's other great songs on the Black album, but everybody just wants to hear Enter Sandman and Nothing Else Matters, and it just kind of really aggravates me. The one that got her blood drained. Oh, okay. The chick that, um, the chick that invalidated Lori's concern when Lori got concerned that the phones weren't working in the hospital. Um, yeah, the one that completely invalidated her concern, even though she had every right to be concerned. I remember, yeah, that chick. I don't like Fallout Boy. I don't really like them either. Um, there's a couple songs they have that I like, but I don't really listen to Fallout Boy or Panic at the Disco and shit like just things. It's not my style. Of Wolf and Man is my favorite. Yes, that's a fucking heavy ass song. I'd like to go to a Metallica concert where they don't play Enter Sandman. You're gonna have to get in a time machine and travel back to before the Black Album came out if you want to experience a Metallica concert that they don't play Enter Sandman at. Um, you'd have to catch them on the Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, or Injustice for All tours back in the '80s. So, yeah, good luck. The two Metallica concerts I've been to, they played Enter Sandman, and the first time I saw them, they kept the set list really basically all their radio stuff. And then the second time I saw them, which was in 2000, it was a couple of years ago. It was in Nashville. They played fucking Saint Anger, or they played some stuff off of Saint Anger, which was weird because I actually enjoyed Saint Anger as an album. I know that's like the blacklisted Metallica album that everybody has to hate, or you're not a true Metallica fan. But they played a couple songs off of Saint Anger, and it was all the crowd ended up going nuts because it was like that was the way those songs I think were. I think they were meant to be heard because instead you actually heard you didn't constantly hear on the snare drums because I like I said I enjoyed Saint Anger. I own it on CD. I own all of Metallica's stuff, but I don't know what Lars was thinking with the I call it the tin can drum because that's what it sounded like he was hitting. I get it; they were going for a more like raw, aggressive approach, but that I think they took it too far with the snare drum. Side note: Devil Oof, top tier band. Devil Oof, top tier band. You know that is actually something I'm not entirely familiar with. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look them up. Unless that's an abbreviation for a band that I know. Devil Oof. I'm actually not going to listen to it right now, but wait a second. Wait a minute. I think I know of these guys. The face paint and the corpse paint and all that look familiar. No, I have heard of these guys before. Yeah, these guys I've heard of these guys before. And Thomas Clark, "Frantic" is a solid song. Oh yeah, dude, that's a heavy song. Purify. I like the song Purify off of Saint Anger. Chad M. Alice in Chains. I like Alice in Chains. Alice in Chains. I have never been disappointed by anything they've released. Whether it be Lane Staley singing or Robert Duvall singing, I have liked everything Alice in Chains has put out. I grew up on like Alice in Chains and fucking um, Alice in Chains and Pearl Jam and shit. Like I grew up on that stuff. Jars of Fly EP is one of my favorites. Oh yeah, it's great. It's a great EP. My favorite from the Lane Staley era would be Dirt, and I think from the Robert Duvall era of Alice in Chains, I really liked the Devil Put Dinosaurs Here album. I think that was a great album. But yes, no, I love the Jars of Flies. Jars of Flies. I almost said Jars of Ice. I don't know why. Jars of Flies EP. I think do. I own it? Do I own it? Yeah, I do. I see it on my shelf. Check My Brain renewed my interest in them. Yes, that's a great song. And I really liked the newest Rainier Fog album. I thought that was a pretty good album. Thought it was a very very good album. I can't even say I prefer Lane Staley era over Robert Duvall. I think it's all just so consistently good that I have trouble saying, well, I'm a Lane fan, not a Robert Duvall fan. Um, I applaud Alice in Chains. After Lane Staley died, they kept going. Yeah, it took some time to get back together, but they kept going, and they're still making banger after banger of an album. No, I'm a huge in my house, like Alice in Chains, the bands in my like family growing up that were like staples would be Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam, Metallica. Excuse me. Yeah, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Metallica. Those were like the bands that uh, were just fucking always listened to in my house. Then I started discovering stuff like Slayer and Slipknot and stuff like that. Of course, Slayer was, or I guess another band we could throw in there would be Judas Priest. Um, my dad, likes Slayer and Megadeth and stuff like that too. Slayer is one of my favorites. Duvall does a good job filling that gap. Yeah, he does because Robert Duvall, I mean, he just does his own thing. He doesn't try to copy Lane Staley or anything. He just does his own thing, and it works for Alice in Chains. And that I don't think Lane would feel disrespected by. And I don't think what there's somebody I guess got in an argument. This where this kind of sparked. I got in an argument with somebody saying that what Alice in Chains is doing now is disrespectful to Lane. I don't feel that way, like at all. I think that it's a great way to continue their discography. Judas Priest's Stained Class album is one of my favorites. Great album. But my favorite is, and it's a controversial opinion, my favorite Judas Priest album is actually Ram It Down. I know most people put Painkiller or Screaming for Vengeance or, Defenders of Faith or something, but I've always really liked Ram It Down. And I'm a fan of Jugulator, even though I know that was past the Rob Halford and into the Tim Owens era. Um, a lot of people don't like the Tim Owens era of Judas Priest. I like it. I think it's fine for what it is. I own Jugulator as well. Controversial for sure. Well, yeah, I mean, if you want controversial opinions stated by somebody who doesn't care what people think of them, this is the channel for you. As I am somebody that just does not give a fuck what people think of me. Oh, fuck. But yeah, no. I mean, I grew up in a rock and roll house, so yeah. Everyday horror. Hey, what's up? What's up? I saw that you were a fan of Scream 6, Everyday horror. I am too. Lolliot. I found out I'm a Jew and I used to make Nazi jokes all the time. I've been insulting myself. All right. I mean, I honestly don't know how to respond to that, honestly. Any interest in the Metallica and Pantera tour this summer? Nope. Nope. I'm not even really, look, I'm not even a fan of Pantera. Really, I'm not a big fan of Pantera. Some of their stuff's okay. What I think they're doing, what I think Pantera is doing, is disrespectful to Dimebag and Vinny. And this is somebody that's not even a big Pantera fan at all. But what they're doing, I think, is disrespectful because all they're doing is just capitalizing on the name to make money. If they were saying like it's a tribute tour or like a tribute show or something like that, that's one thing. But they're saying it's a reunion. It's not a reunion if there's no Dimebag and Vinny. That's my thoughts. That's why I will not support Pantera on this reunion tour. I think what they're doing is wrong. And Phil Anselmo is a piece of shit. He's a racist. He's, like I said, I like some of his music musically. I think he's a very, very, very solid singer. And I like some of his other work, like with Down and Superjoint Ritual and Scour and stuff. I can't stand him as a person. I don't actually pay actual money for his music. I just go listen to it on YouTube. But I don't like him at all. Scream 6 was solid, had flaws, but got me excited about what's next. Yeah, see, that's how it was with me. Like when I saw Scream 5, I did not really want to, I wasn't really all that interested to see Scream 6. And then now that I've seen Scream 6, I'm kind of interested to see Scream 7. I will say that Scream 6, while yes, it was flawed, especially in the third act, I think. They think it is. People got mad at me. They said I was being hyperbolic because I said the movie was not bad. I said in my little short video that it was not bad, and I said I enjoyed it. They said the people that didn't like the movie said I was hyperbolic and not a true fan. And I'm not really that big of a Scream fan as it is. I enjoyed Scream 6 for what it was. Uh, Flawed entry in the franchise for sure, and I'm excited for Scream 7. And I think they're more than likely they could fuck it up in Scream 7. I think they need to stop doing the same thing over and over, for starters. They definitely need to stop doing the same thing over and over. They need to try, like, they need to take a risk in Scream 7. That's how I feel about it. Sup A. Oh, so Maestro's Canadian now. No, I know. He's saying sup every day, horror. They got to bring Stu back, right? I I can't really think of a way for them to bring Stu back that would feel like organic and feel like it's earned. I could see them bringing Stu back for fan service, but and nostalgia, but I don't think that necessarily qualifies for a quality movie. Um, Halloween 2018 kills and ends relied all on nostalgia, and you know the the rest is history. We all know how we feel about the Blumhouse Halloween trilogy, and I think that the Scream, this new wave of Scream films, has the potential to run that same route and run itself in the ground by simply relying on nostalgia rather than being innovative and creative and forming a new story. I like the idea that this new Sam character is kind of like there's that kind of that hidden craziness in her. I don't like the ghost Billy Loomis thing. I think that's fucking stupid, and I really wish they didn't implement that in the fifth one. And that's my biggest one of my biggest issues with Scream 5. And for Scream 6, I wasn't as upset at them for it because Scream 5 already established it, and I know they tried to minimize it as much as they could in Scream 6. But I think in Scream 7, I don't think we need to see a full transition into a psychopath or into madness, but for said they need to have her cross some lines in Scream 7. Kind of like how they did at Scream 6, where she just kept repeatedly stabbing the I don't remember. I think it was Bailey that she was stabbing. I think they kind of lean into her crazy side. They need to follow up on that in Scream 7. If they could act like that didn't happen, then I'm going to be pissed. If Stu comes back, it'll just be Scooby Doo again. His character wasn't the brains, just the muscle. Yeah, yeah. Stu was not the most highly intelligent out of the two killers. That was more of Billy. Um, and speaking of Scooby Doo and Stu and Matthew Lillard, I've actually heard fans say even if they have to do a Scooby Doo and Scream crossover just to bring Matthew Lillard back, that they'd be happy with that. So Matthew Lillard's Shaggy being in a new Scream movie, not Matthew Lillard as Stu, Matthew Lillard as Shaggy. They just want Matthew Lillard back, and I think that that's the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever heard in my life. There's actually fans out there that want a Scooby Doo and Scream crossover. Like I said, that is completely ridiculous, and I am going to protest that. But yeah, no, I'm not. I mean, if they can find a way to bring back Stu that actually makes sense, then I'll be for it. But I just can't think of anything that would make sense or make bringing him back feel justified. That's my concern with bringing him back, because then you just do the Halloween 2018 Halloween Kills thing where they just rely on legacy characters and nostalgia to drive their film with absolutely no substance whatsoever. Yeah, they wanted that in Dead by Daylight. I had stopped playing Dead by Daylight, so I don't even. I wouldn't surprise me if I booted it up and got on there and actually found Scooby Doo and Shaggy in the damn game. If people want that, it says a lot about the state of cinema. Yep, I agree. I agree. The state of cinema, it's not even cinema. Listen, it's not cinema. It's fans that blindly accept nostalgia. They just want nostalgia. There was one film that did it right in recent memory, and that's Top Gun Maverick. I actually enjoyed Top Gun Maverick. It did nostalgia right. There was a story. There was a narrative. Nowadays in Hollywood with these legacy, I've seen all these legacy films. I've seen the Halloween films. I've seen Child's Play. I've seen the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and as fun as the movies can be at times, there's no narrative. It's just nostalgia, like the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Here's this. Remember this from the original film? Here's the same woman 40 some odd years later from the original film that's not played by the same actress, because Marilyn Burns passed away. But it's here's this. They just throw all the nostalgia at you. Ghostbusters is another one. I don't even like the original Ghostbusters. I don't even really like that franchise. But I've seen the first two Ghostbusters. I've seen the new one. All it is just freaking nostalgia. And when you watch reviews for these new rebooted sequel movies, they say it was all the reviews, the praiseworthy reviews are just, I remember this from when I was a kid. I remember this. I remember this and that. But they don't ever actually review the plot of the films, because there's never any plot. It's just they just throw all the nostalgia at you and people freaking gobble it up. And maybe it was fine at first, but you know, a year later, it gets freaking old. Absolutely agree about the last Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, don't get me wrong. You know what? The new Texas Chainsaw Massacre is actually raised up a little bit on my list in terms of enjoyment, but it's still a piece of shit movie. It's not good at all. There's good parts, but there's continuity errors there, which I mean that's prone in that entire series of films, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Continuity just flat out doesn't exist in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Unless we're talking about maybe the remake and the prequel, which I'm not huge on the remake, but the prequel to that remake, I think it's the second best in the franchise. It doesn't feature the family. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I expect the family to be dead in the year 2022. Personally, um, wait, are we talking? We're talking about the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? Chad, you said it doesn't feature the family. I'm thinking which one doesn't feature the family, because they all kind of have. Other than that one that had freaking Alexandra Daddario in it, that 3D one that I think I saw it one time in the theater, and I think that's the last time I ever watched that one. I know there's a family. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, it doesn't feature the family. You're right. You're right. But remember, the hitchhiker got run over in the original by a fucking semi truck, so he's toast. And then the dad, played by Jim Sydow, was he had to have at least been in his like late 50s, early 60s in that movie. Um, unless maybe, and I mean, those were, as far as I'm concerned, those are the only two family members that exist. Not the 3D one where it picks up like minutes after the original ends, and then the rest of that fucking, I don't know, the rest of the family just all shows up out of nowhere. That was dumb as hell. The family is what made it interesting. Yeah, I agree. I also didn't like about the new Texas Chainsaw that he didn't feel like Leatherface. He felt more like Jason Voorhees, like setting up traps and stuff. It's like Leatherface isn't that intelligent. Like he's not. He's more like a child inside of an adult's body who really, to be honest with you, in the original film really doesn't seem to enjoy killing people. And the new Texas Chainsaw, which is a direct sequel to the original, he's not even like Jason Voorhees. He's like fucking the Punisher mixed with Rambo. So that just didn't ring true to me. That new Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. That I think the scene on the bus where he's hacking up everybody on the bus was cool. Yeah, that was my favorite part of the film. That was great. That was fucking amazing. That's really where I think my positives with the film would end. Other than it's just cheesy, fun slasher gore porn. I can enjoy it on that merit and not take it seriously. But as a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film, it is not a good Texas Chainsaw Massacre film whatsoever. The Beginning is a good Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. That is a great Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. Actually, I think it's a brilliant Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, and I think it's unfairly hated. In 60 something years old, yeah, this Leatherface has got to be like 60, and yet he's fully sprinting, and um, he's completely able to complete. He gets in a fight with that that redneck guy, the gun-toting redneck guy. Where I think he's like the type of guy that has like a Confederate flag belt buckle. Who's he's looks like he's got a good physique and looks like he could take a 60-year-old man on in a fight, and freaking Leatherface just completely obliterates this guy in a fist fight. It doesn't make sense. And you know what? I think the kiss of death for that movie is when Netflix purchased it, because none of the test screenings for the film were good and they did not want to show the film in theaters. That's where I think I got really scared for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot. But yeah, 60-year-olds, man. Who the fuck? Fuck. But yeah, 60 years old, a 60-year-old chainsaw wielding maniac. It doesn't ring true to me. Yeah, I have doubts for Stranger Things, Death Note. Have I don't think I've ever sat down and watched Stranger Things. I just does not look like something I would like. Kind of like anime. Like people tell me there's so many animes you should check out. It's just not my thing. Yeah, I've never once seen Stranger Things. I remember when that show was like first coming out, and it's all I would see. I'd walk into Walmart, and it was just Stranger Things, this Stranger Things, and Honestly, stuff like that can really turn me off from something. It's just constantly having it shoved in my face. Just, I mean, constantly having it shoved in my face. It can really put me off of it. I like the older anime. Only new one I like is Dragon Ball Super. And hey, that's cool. That's cool. I like like the original Dragon Ball show and Dragon Ball Z. I mean, I like those shows, but I'm not like a die-hard fan of those. I mean, I used to watch it, and I played the Budokai games back when they came out. Now they're like ridiculously expensive. Dragon Ball Sagas was actually one of my favorites to play because my friend who I used to live next door to me, we'd come over and he had a second GameCube controller, so we'd sit there and play Dragon Ball Sagas. But I'm not like he was like diehard into Dragon Ball. I was just kind of a casual fan. I dug some of Dragon Ball GT as well, but I know that's kind of an unpopular one. But and I went to go see Dragon Ball Evolution in the theater, and I wasn't even the one that paid for going to the film, and I still felt robbed of that. Stranger Things made me annoyed at Running Up That Hill song. I have no idea what the song is. Like I said, you got to remember, I've not seen 1 minute of footage from Stranger Things. The only thing I know about Stranger Things is that one Canadian kid that was in the It movies was in it, and there were like ridiculously creepy people fetishizing over him that really probably needed to have been investigated by the police for making the comments that they make. Um, I don't know if y'all remember when that was happening, but it was real and disturbing that they would say something like that about a fucking a child. But that's the only thing I remember. The year like 2017, and that kid, they were constantly trying to push that kid to be like the next star in Hollywood, and you don't really see much of them anymore. Just kind of like how they're pushing Jenna Ortega right now. Like they have been really pushing. They push some of these stars, and then they kind of just disappear. I don't think the same will happen to Jenna Ortega, but I think she'll go further than just horror films. But I mean, she's a great actress. She's not somebody I'm huge on, but she's a great actress nonetheless, and I see her going places. Where that I'm gonna look up the name of that one kid um, from the It movies or the first It film. Finn Wolfhard is his name. Oh, this kid's younger than me. Okay, yeah, like what all has he been in other than the It movies and Stranger Things? So he was in Ghostbusters. Yeah, that's right. He was in that. He was in Pinocchio, the newest Pinocchio that I've not seen, that I've heard is absolutely atrociously awful. But for some reason, it is a 97 on Rotten Tomatoes. That's weird. I've not seen it. I've never even really was a fan of the original Pinocchio. What else has he been in aside from It, Ghostbusters, Pinocchio? And this is a lot of stuff that I've never heard of. Hmm. Yeah, see, that's what happens. He was just another one that Hollywood's just continuously pushing. That he's been in Stranger Things, It, Ghostbusters, and Pinocchio. And the Adams Family 2019 movie that was freaking awful. I'm going to transition and I need advice from the pro. Any tips? I can start. I can put you in timeout. No, I'm not going to put you in timeout, dude. If you're going to transition and you need advice from the pro, I don't know why everybody thinks I'm transitioning from a male to a female. I don't understand where that notion came from. Um, I guess if I were to give you tips on something that I have absolutely zero experience with, I would say just grow comfortable with who you are or who you want to be or who you've always been inside. And I don't know. I don't know. Like, there's been a couple comments that have commented on my transition from a male to a female, and I have no idea where that came from. Of course, it's YouTube after all, so it's fair. It's fair game here on YouTube. How long have I been going? Been going about just over an hour. Not been going on too long. Okay. No, don't do that. No, 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 no. Don't do that. I accidentally almost clicked on something that probably would have ended up fucking the stream up. Let me give you a little smooch. Uh, I can give you in return. I can give you a little timeout. No, I'm just kidding. Jonah's not getting timeout. For those of you that don't know Jonah Adams, he's actually the guitar player in my band. So, um, there's a lot of smooching that goes on in practice. No, I'm just kidding. There's not. Usually in my streams, at least one of my band members, whether it be Fuzzball or it be my bass player or it be somebody else, always ends up trolling in the chat. So, of course, a couple powerhouse streams ago, Fuzzball was trolling hard in the chat. Like, I mean, trolling hard. And I'm perfectly fine with anybody that wants to come in and troll in the chat. That's perfectly fine with me. Like I said, I listed the rules of trolling in the chat. Don't spam and don't be mean to anybody in the chat. But I am all for trolling in the chat if you want to troll in the chat. Move this. I'm going to go ahead and post that comment. And I'm actually going to be right back. So I will be back in just a second. We're going to take a little break. All right. We have returned. Glad you decided to share that with us. Anytime. Glad you decided to share that with us. Yep. Decided I decided I was fucking decided to share with you guys that we were gonna take just a minor break that lasted all of like not even a minute. is this bullshit that keeps and let me go pull up my chat on YouTube. I'm having like one of those things where somebody they're a comment that they keep the thing is I have to keep accepting the because of what they're saying is crude. I have to accept it in order for it to be in the chat, and I'm actually going to put. I'm not going to accept it. I'm actually going to put this person in timeout. Actually, no, I can actually just block them on the YouTube. I have to get on the YouTube thing to do this because you can't do it from StreamYard. Okay, I don't know why the thing is highlighted in blue. But yeah, you are now blocked. Games and music. What's up, games and music? Say hello to games and music. Who's saying bad stuff? It's. You remember Flappy Penis from earlier? It's the same person on a different account, and they're just saying the same shit that they were saying as Flappy Penis. I know it's the same person. I can tell by the dialect and everything. It's the same person. It's just somebody that wants the notoriety of they just want the attention and they're not going to get it. Somebody that I'm no longer associated with. What a Chad. Yep. What a Chad, I guess is the best way to put it. Of course, the name of this one wasn't Flappy Penis. It was Zach's Empty Pill Bottle Collection. That was the name of the account. It's the same person on a different account. I think it's funny how they show up when it's a stream just by myself and it's never on the Powerhouse stream. That's what I find funny about it. We're too cool on Powerhouse stream though to be doing shit like that. Where, like I said, I guess when I'm alone and more vulnerable, I guess is not the lack of a better term, more vulnerable. I guess it's easy to come show up on different accounts, known as Flappy Penis and Zach's Empty Pill Bottle Collection. But I think because YouTube has gotten so strict with its like they're not as tolerant over swearing in the comments as they used to be years ago. And I could see where it was they were commenting and I had to approve the comment or otherwise delete it and block them in order for them to show up in the chat. And I'm just not gonna give them the attention that they want. What they think that I'm going to do is I'm going to get mad and end the stream, and I'm not going to do that. That may have been what I'd done if this was like 2 or 3 years ago, but no, I'm not going to get mad and end the stream. Yeah, no, I just don't play that shit anymore. But moving on from that. So I don't have to keep doing it on my computer. I'm going to go ahead and just pull it up on my phone so I don't have to risk like slowing down the stream or anything. Have anything like that. Have them pay up like DSP. DSP. What's that? DSP face purple wide. What? Oh, okay. No, you're using emojis, and for whatever reason, StreamYard doesn't. They don't transform they don't put the emojis in the comments. Instead, they in word form tell you what the emoji use, like a purple like smiley face wide-eyed thing, and that's what it says here on StreamYard. And on YouTube they show the actual uh, emojis. A very infamous YouTuber. Well, that is a very infamous YouTuber that I have never heard of before, so I'm gonna go ahead and look him up. Okay, all I see is somebody behind bars. DSP. So I can go ahead and tell by all these video thumbnails that this DSP is not a very not a very well respected person here on YouTube. I think I'm intrigued to learn more about this DSP. Yeah, no. In my free time, I'm going to have to enlighten myself about DSP because that is something that I am regrettably uninformed about. So, yeah. Well, I can tell just by looking at the YouTube thumbnails and shit that he is not a very well respected human being in the realm of YouTube. Will you say have them pay up like DSP? Was he like a scammer or something? I like I said, I don't know. I'll have to fucking research that because now I'm intrigued. He likes to beg for money and YouTube is it he likes to beg for money and YouTube his job. Oh, he's one of those that begs for money. So did he do it in like the form of like just begging people to subscribe to like a Patreon account? Because that's one thing I will never do here on YouTube. I'm all for those that want to help their channel grow by having a Patreon account. I don't shun that. I'm not against it. I just personally don't believe in it, and you know, I just don't feel the need to. I don't I don't feel like I should. Like the one thing I don't like that a lot of Patreon people do is I guess, they do the exclusive content to Patreon people only, and maybe I don't fully understand that concept. Like maybe there's more of it maybe there's more to it than just that. But Patreon's just not okay. If you're gonna if you care about helping your channel grow, like Cody Leach is a YouTuber that I respect the hell out of. Um, and I like the way he does his channel. But there's some of these other YouTubers that especially in the movie fandom, horror fandom, yada yada. There's one YouTuber that comes to mind that, well, me and Maestro mention them all the time. I feel like they do a video, they do the thumbnail of the Michael Myers or the Scream mask, they do the thumbnail with them going, they do something stupid like that, and then they do a video. They'll say, "Hey guys, subscribe." They'll spend 20 minutes saying, "Please, please, please, please subscribe to my Patreon," and then you get maybe about 5 minutes worth of actual content. Then it goes right back to subscribe to my Patreon. My Patreon, send me money, send me money. Not down with that. Not down for making clickbait videos just to be able to beg people to subscribe to your Patreon. That's fucking ridiculous, and I can't stand YouTubers that do that. Cody Leach has a Patreon, but you know what? He gives kick-ass content as well. So, like I said, there's a lot of things I disagree with Cody Leach on, but I respect the hell out of him, and I really have nothing negative to say about Cody Leach. I've had conversations with Cody Leach before, and he's been nothing but respectful, even when we have differing opinions. And Cody Leach is just somebody I respect the hell out of. Or somebody like Drum Dums. I don't respect Drum Dums. I used to. I do not respect Drum Dums. I've had his fans come and attack me before. Um, just I'm not a fan. I used to be a fan of Drum Dums. Then there was an event that took place that I kind of felt like he was 100% in the wrong in, and um, that's when I lost respect for him. So, but Cody Leach is somebody that no matter what, I will always respect Cody Leach. I have nothing negative to say about him. Yeah, no. If you're one of those fucking financial beggars here on YouTube, I will immediately if I'm subscribed to somebody and I notice them becoming that, then I will immediately unsubscribe. DSP is the king of that on YouTube. Yep. Okay. Well, then it makes sense. I can probably formulate a good educated guess on what exactly DSP says and does on this channel, and I bet you when I go actually see what it is that everybody hates, but I bet you what the picture that I've painted in my head is going to be exactly what I'm told that he is. So. I know I shouldn't be texting while I'm on stream, but I don't can do what I want. My stream. I can text when I'm at work and text the clock or something. I mean, I do that. And of course, I'm a hard worker too. So most 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 jobs I've had, I've not really had a whole lot. I lost my train of thought here, which happens all the time. He feeds the trolls, and he's mad now that his channel is dying and not getting enough money. His channel dying to me sounds like sounds like it's warranted. So, yeah. If you know who Keemstar is, I am familiar with Keemstar. Both DSP and him had some beef recently. Let me guess. Let me guess before you tell me what it was about. Let me guess. So let me guess. DSP is upset about his channel becoming irrelevant, so he started beef with Keemstar to, I guess, gain relevancy again. I'm just gonna go on a limb and say that's what happened, and tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong. But yes, I am familiar with Keemstar. I don't really, I'm not subscribed to them, and I'm not fucking. I don't follow his content or anything like that. But I don't watch his videos. Keemstar wanted to do a live stream interview, but DSP already got destroyed and mad. He didn't make enough money, so he said no. Sounds to me like this dude's got issues, like big, bad issues. That's what it sounds like to me. And fellas, we'll go up to about 9:30, and I think at 9:30 we'll start wrapping things up. So we still got another half hour. Give it about another half hour. I'm gonna jump off here and start winding down and get ready to hit the sack. Which, I mean, I'm not really that tired anyway. So I did just drink I did just drink like 5 cups of coffee before this. So which probably I do that quite often. So I'm sure that that's probably contributing to my constant chest pains. But what are you gonna do? It's like an addiction. In fact, my chest is hurting right now. So my chest always hurts. So that's just how I see about it. How I think about it. High blood pressure too. So because of stress. So I'm actually thinking about spark a conversation here. I am going to be bringing back my fucking movie night with Zach series, uh, um, which is basically a series I do where I react to movies that I've never seen before. Except I don't do the usual way. Like I don't have a way I can put the film on a screen, so it's just my raw reaction to film. So interested in a Resident Evil 4 remake? Sure. Yeah, I mean, I'll pick it up on sale. I'm not gonna play it right away. Um, I did kind of get the Resident Evil franchise stained for me a little bit because just something I'm not going to talk about. But I'm slowly easing back into it, and I really enjoyed the second and the third remake. I thought the third one was a little short. I like the original versions of all those games. I played like almost every actually I've played every freaking game in the series. Even I really liked the Revelations, and I enjoyed the sixth one too. That a lot of people didn't like that one, but yeah, Resident Evil 4 remake. It might actually be good. I still have my copy on the GameCube that I got like when I first got into gaming as a kid. I still have my GameCube copy that I picked up at. It was EB Games at the time, but then at that our EB Games switched to GameStop. So but their own. I think it's the same company, I believe. Of course, EB Games is all up north now, but yeah, yeah, I am interested in the Resident Evil 4 remake slightly. I'm not like overly excited for it, but I can't wait to try it out and play it. I'll tell you what was a good remake was the Dead Space remake. Oh god, it was so good. I had a little bit of issues like with I ran into some bugs and shit, but I think that was just me anyway. So, that's my luck. I have really bad luck in my personal life. So, where just the smallest inconveniences are just enough to fucking make me want to explode. So, of course, I'm somebody that runs into it never fails. I always run into inconveniences at the most inopportune moments, like at the start of the stream. The start of the stream was a fucking disaster. So, um, yeah. The start of this fucking stream, if you go back and watch it, it was a fucking disaster, and that's my luck. That's every day of my life. Something happens, and then everybody wonders, "Well, I wonder why your chest always hurts." Just saying. It has been forever since I've done that. That got me kicked out in the hallway many, many, many times at school. Just standing there going, "Holy fuck, that scared me." My Twitter that I don't ever use, that I use to talk to some of my subscribers. That's literally the only reason I ever fucking use Twitter. Because there's some of my subscribers, they want to actually like reach out to me and speak to me like person to person. So I always use that as an outlet to, or not an outlet, but I use that as a way. I don't know why the fuck I said outlet. That's how you know it's getting late. And I know this is not as fun as when Maestro is here, but thought I'd just do something for you all night because I literally had nothing going on tonight. Like nothing at all. Thought I would entertain some of you all. Since I know most of you guys are Maestro subscribers, and I know you guys tune into the Powerhouse streams for Maestro. I know y'all don't like me very much. No, I'm just kidding. I don't mean that when I say that, but the Powerhouse streams are always fun, especially when they start getting crazy and completely off the rails and shit. I'm hoping next month is better. Yeah, this has been kind of a shitty month for me so far. This has been a month plagued with just minor inconveniences that are negatively impacting my life. So that's always fun. What the fuck? That's something in my eye. It's like the other night on the Powerhouse stream, something got in my fucking eye. It feels like something just flew into my fucking eye. Is it still there? Jesus, ow. Fuck. This only ever happens on fucking stream too. I go every fucking day without something getting in my eye, and the minute I get on stream, for me, it's always something fucking stupid. Always something fucking stupid and ridiculous. Make sure we don't have any fucking. What the fuck? I'm still not entirely fucking sure of what this StreamYard thing completely entails. Ugh. So overall, the stream has not been a total disaster. Just the first 5 minutes of the stream was fucking chaos. So we had things that weren't working properly, and we had trolls, and we had just everything that I didn't want. So I think tomorrow I have to get back into the swing of my regular content creating and stuff like that. So I think I am gonna kind of jump back into that. I've just, you know what? I have not been feeling well lately. I actually ended up getting fucking, like, I ended up catching something off of somebody, and I don't know what it was, but it's made me feel fucking ridiculously tired all the time. Um, I do need to get back into my fucking regular content creating. I kind of, you can know, like, I have things scheduled out how I want to do stuff, but just lately I hadn't been feeling it. I don't know what it is, but just lately I've not really been in the mood for it. So, uh, I think that I'm tired, and I know I said I was going to end it at 9:30, so I think we're going to go ahead and I think we're going to call it a night. We should make this a regular thing as well as fucking Powerhouse. So I am actually going to jump off here, and I don't know what I'm going to do after that. I don't know whether I'm going to watch a movie, or I'm going to go to sleep, or I'm going to get on Xbox. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. But I'm going to jump off here for now. And if I don't make any normal content for the rest of the week, I will see you all. I will see you all at the Powerhouse, or on the Powerhouse stream on Friday night. So take care, guys. Chad, have a good night. Yep, have a good night, Chad. Have a good night, everybody that tuned in. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here, and I hope you guys have a good night. So take it easy, guys. Peace.